You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Caitlin Clark picked up her first home win with the Indiana Fever. It was a group effort, and Clark, you know what I'm saying, she did her thing. Clark finished with 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists in the W. She did shoot 4 of 12 from the field, and we've seen, like in college even, where she shot Iowa out of some games when she's a volume shooter. We gotta admit, like, she's a volume shooter, and they're trying to get her to be more efficient from the field. This obviously wasn't her most efficient shooting night, but I think she did enough to just elevate her team. Coach Christy Saad spoke about just the shot selection and trying to maybe tweak and break Caitlin Clark of some of those habits she had at Iowa when she had the ultimate green light.
Caitlin, she took 2 2-pointers in the first preseason game, 3 today. Is there a balance? What are you seeing that's kind of causing that? Is there a balance you'd like to see with that, or is that something you plan to address?
Yeah, I think she's used to some shots that she's taken in the last few years that are just those deep shots. And I don't know if, like, there's times she comes off ball screens where she's open in that long 2 area, and we've got to get her comfortable taking that long 2. She's going to get looks. She's going to get open looks. She's got to figure out, like I gave her a rule the other day, she's got 0.5 seconds to make a decision. When she gets off the ball and she hits one of our high posts and somebody in the high post, she has a habit of hanging out and dancing. That's what she's done. It's these habits that we've got to break. She's got players around her now that she can get out, she can go screen, and the ball's going to get back to her. And that's what she hasn't had in the past, so that's what we've been trying to show her and explain to her.
Now, Clark is still a rookie, so there's going to be growth, there's going to be growing pains, and they just have to allow her to play through it. But overall, she's got a good feel for the game. She's attacking the cup, she's being aggressive, she's knocking down 3-pointers, she's been able to create space. People said that she wouldn't be athletic enough, quick enough, crafty enough to create space against the WNBA defenders, and she's doing that. Her profile alone has really raised the WNBA to new heights. We know that, Jersey sold out, multi-million deal with Nike, multi-million-dollar deal with Nike, signature shoe loading. Like, we know what she's doing for the league. She's bringing eyes and turning fans that were not watching any WNBA basketball into WNBA fans. So we have to salute her for that. It's not just Caitlin Clark, but people are talking about the impact that she's had along with other superstars who have kicked the door open. Clark is helping, though, to elevate this thing to new levels that we've never seen before.
I think a lot of people, and shout out to Caitlin because I love what she's doing to the game. People always talk about I think it was Debbie Antonelli that called it the Clarkonomics, right? Mm-hmm. People talk about trickle down. We should call it trickle up when it comes to where women's basketball is, because the rising tide lifts all boats. But I want to make sure people understand this clearly. Charter flights were always in the matrix. They were always in the design. Expansion were always in the design. The moment has arrived where the investment matches finally us being able to put these ideas to fruition. It wasn't just Caitlin Clark. There was precedent set from 2020, the last CBA, where we were trying to walk before we run. And I'm just glad that the timing matches, because the investment, it took years to get to this point.
That was my point. You've got investment, you have eyes, you have WNBA hype based on WNBA fans that have been watching this league, and now you have Caitlin coming in, bringing an entirely new audience to celebrate what the WNBA has built itself to be. So it is 2 great things, the WNBA being where it is, the talent level that it is. The Aces are just repeat back-to-back champions. Any of these new fans that are coming to watch Caitlin compete against the Aces, they're going to fall in love with the Aces. It's 2 big things meeting each other.
Remember,
it's a moment.
Revenue was around $60 million in 2020. It's now $200 million. So the idea that this is all happening because of Caitlin Clark, no, the revenue has been doubling for years. The investment has been there. And now the changes are fully being enacted. And she's bringing even more.
It's amazing.
It is the perfect storm. It is really, I mean, for things to become as significant as this feels like it's about to, you need a lot of forces to line up. And one of them is timing. And to your point, it feels like this was exactly the time for someone like her to step in and bring all these new casual fans into the tent, into
icing on the cake,
as maybe only she can.
It's spectacular to see, and I think she deserves all the praise, the hype, the attention that she's getting, and I think everything's lining up for her to be a superstar in this league for a long time coming. She will figure it out. She'll keep getting better with experience and reps. We have to remember she is a rookie, just like everybody else, and there's going to be growing pains, and they just have to allow her to play through those mistakes.